Let's look at another maneuver, the power-off 180-degree accuracy approach and landing. It's an approach to land with the engine at idle that uses only the glide angle under prevailing wind conditions to fly a specific pattern and land on the runway at a predetermined point. Power-off accuracy approaches and landings are designed to develop your ability to judge gliding distance and to control descent angle during a power-off approach to a safe landing. By understanding the power-off characteristics of your aircraft, you can improve your skills in estimating glide distance and in judging the effects of wind. The approach begins on the downwind leg with the aircraft at pattern altitude, typically no higher than 1,000 feet AGL. Make your normal pre-landing checks, including the extension of the landing gear if necessary. While on downwind, select your point of intended landing. Once you reach the downwind key position, which is opposite the point of landing, reduce the power to idle, adjust the pitch to maintain altitude, and decrease airspeed to the manufacturer's recommended power-off glide speed, or, if no speed is given, 1.4 VSO. Then lower the nose to maintain that airspeed. Your turn to the base leg of the pattern is governed by the existing wind conditions and glide angle. Stronger winds require a turn to base sooner than if lighter wind conditions prevail. Also, take into consideration the fact that strong headwinds affect your final approach as well. Use the turn to base leg to dissipate or conserve altitude as necessary to meet your intended landing position. Once you arrive at the base leg key position, which is 45 degrees from the intended landing position, lower your flaps as necessary and retrim the aircraft to maintain best glide speed. The turn to final is timed so your rollout is aligned with the center line of the runway. Your goal on final approach is to descend at an angle that allows you to reach the intended landing position at an airspeed that results in little or no float just prior to touchdown. Remember, in a power-off situation, the pitch attitude controls the airspeed, which in turn controls the glide of the aircraft. Lower the flaps as necessary and make small adjustments to the pitch attitude to control your glide angle and airspeed. While your goal is to touch down within 200 feet of the point on the runway, but not before it, with little float, do not attempt to stretch the glide or retract the flaps in order to make the landing point. Concentrate on making a safe landing, then re-evaluate your downwind and base locations and flap positions for the next power-off approach attempt. Take time to evaluate your aircraft's performance in various wind conditions and with a variety of flap settings. Doing so enhances your ability to judge altitude, glide angle, and distance. If you can accurately estimate your glide angle and its resulting distance, you can judge how much maneuvering is possible to safely reach a given spot on the ground during an emergency landing.